Mr. Adam, thank you very much for talking to ANI. I'll begin by asking you, how do you interpret President Trump's statement that he will not invite South Africa to the G20 summit? From a diplomatic standpoint, how unusual is it for a G20 member to question another member's participation?
I mean, G20 is a voluntary group, so any member is not obliged and forced to be a part of the group. But it was created on a consensual basis, and I think there might be some discussion among the G20 members. But we have to take into consideration that the U.S.-South African relations are deteriorating from a longer time. It's not it didn't start during the Trump's term. Even earlier, this relationship was quite tense. Actually, United States the biggest trade partner for South Africa, but on the same time, the political relationship is quite tense, and there were some serious differences of positions. There were some accusations, even a few years back. U.S. ambassador to South Africa, he accused South Africa that they are actually delivering arms to Russia. And
Right.
then the South African government made some commission to investigate this case, and they said that actually, in fact, they are not delivering, but it increased all these accusations and counter accusations. It increased the level of misunderstandings between these two countries.
Right. Mr. Adam, you have been an ambassador to South Africa. As an international expert, what do you think this episode reveals about the US South Africa relations under Trump, and how might Trump's stance affect South Africa's global standing and its global relationship? Global standing and its relationship within the global South.
As I said, the relations between United States and South Africa, and this rather cold period predates Donald Trump. He just went into when he became a president, he continued the line of the former administration, but adding some very important points to that. First is the accusation of Donald Trump against South Africa of non-respecting human rights for the white minority population in South Africa. He even offered some asylum for white Afrikaner people in the United States, and he's constantly accusing South Africa of doing that. Actually, the situation of white population is similar to the situation of different population in South Africa, because the main problem is the high criminality rate, which affects the whole population. Another thing is that in the first composition of Donald Trump administration, one South Afrikaner, South African citizen was very important. I mean, Elon Musk. He was born in Pretoria, South Africa. And he is interested in the South African politics. He's very critical of the current government of South Africa, and he influenced Donald Trump in making even more severe statements about this relationship. They met. There was a meeting between Donald Trump and the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, a few months back in the White House. It was a very tense meeting, highly commented by the media. But afterwards, everybody thought that the relationship might be even better, but it didn't happen. The United States, they said that they don't want to have the ambassador of South Africa any more. Then there were a series of some diplomatic moves from one or side or another. And now we have the fact that Donald Trump himself, he didn't show up at the G20 meeting in Johannesburg, and then he claimed that United States will not invite South Africa to the next G20 summit next year because the United States will be now holding the presidency of G20.
Right. Mr. Adam, talking about India now, since you have been ambassador to India as well, India has emerged as an increasingly assertive voice in the multilateral forums. What role do you expect India to play in this G20 dispute?
G20, actually, India continues to play a very important role in the G20. We should remember that when India held the presidency of G20, it was really a major event, not only for India, but also India presented itself to the world as a very dynamic country. We remember that there were many meetings in all over the country, and also India proposed that the African Union should be a permanent member of the G20, which was finally accepted. So in the G20 summit in Johannesburg, we had African Union as a full member with full rights, and this was the initiative of India because India wants to play a role of the voice of the global south in the G20. Also, when during this Johannesburg summit of G20, we saw that Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, is very active, meeting many people, also meeting with Indian community in South Africa, and playing one of the major roles in this whole summit.
Right. Mr. Adam, how might the EU and countries like Poland view the kind of US unilateralism within a consensus based body like the G20?
Poland is not a member of G20, but we are a member of European Union, which is a member of G20. And actually, Poland's economy is growing, and now we are on the 20th place in the world's statistics. So we would like to be included as well in the G20. This is up to United States, of course, whom they accept. To whom they send invitation for the next year. Since Poland is still not a member of the G20, Poland is not influencing that in any way because we are not the member of the group. But the G20 we consider as a very important group, and we definitely would like to have everyone on board. But it is some bilateral discussion between the United States and South Africa, and we hope for some positive solution.